Hey, this is Second Soundwave, and today I'm doing another Power Rangers review. This time, it's not from Super Megaforce, it's just from normal Megaforce. This is probably the best morpher that Bandai of America has ever made, the Gosei Morpher. Now, first off, let's look at the morpher itself. The differences between this and the Japanese version for the first time in, well, actually a long time. Well, first time I think since the Overdrive Tracker, there is very little difference between this and the Japanese version. The Japanese version has white along this sort of trim here. Personally, I think always that I didn't like that. And the inside of his mouth, instead of being silver, was black. I really see no point in that being black. And when you open it up, this piece was red instead of black, and his eyes were on little sliders, so they actually turned red when you opened his mouth. Now, those are really the only differences. And the back, it's actually quite a bit slimmer. And the back has different mounting points for different things. One of which it actually comes with, which is a belt clip. Now, just looking at this, I think this is the same belt clip that came with, I can't remember what it was called, but the weapon from Bokenger. That was the, like, drill gun that turned into the sort of cement mixer, spinny Gatling gun thing. I cannot remember the name of that, but I'm almost positive it came with this piece, just in gray. But anyway, you just clip this on right here, and then got a belt hanger thing. Personally, I think that they should have just made like a little belt clip that just slides on here, like sort of like the Mystic Morpher has, where you just, you know, just clip it on like this instead of having this on your belt and trying to find a way to connect this on. But really, I mean, who uses this? Let's get on to the meat of this, which is, of course, the cards. And this set comes with a lot of them. First up, we have the Red Ranger's Morph card from the show. Then we have this card, which still says Red Megaforce Ranger, but this is actually his Victory Charge card. This is the, I believe, Twist Tornado attack it was called in the show. So that's cool. Then we have another Red Ranger card, but this one, you'll notice that he's sort of grayed out except for his weapon, because this is the weapon summoning card. This summons the Dragon Sword. And speaking of dragons, the next card he comes with is the Dragon Mechazord. Quite cool looking. And then, of course, like all the Rangers, he has the Gosei Great Megazord card. Now, you also get, just to demonstrate the functionality of this in reading the action card game cards, some cards that aren't used in the show. You get some sort of legendary Red Rangers. You get Mystic Force Red, or the Red Mystic Force Ranger. You get the Red SPD Ranger. I believe all of these, all of the artwork on these, I think actually on all of them, but especially on these classic Ranger cards, are exclusive to the toy line, but not particular to this. As in, I think like some of these cards, like this one, come in foil versions with the metallic Ultra Mode Rangers. So these are, you can get some of these cards in other ways than the Gosei Morpher. Almost none of these are exclusive. But yeah, we got Red SPD, the Red Jungle Fury Ranger, another one of my favorites, the Red Wild Force Ranger, just because I had to throw something Saban era in, and the Red Ninja Storm Ranger. So yeah. Now, let's show you what all these do. Now, literally the only issue with this, no off switch. It doesn't drain batteries too quickly, as far as I can tell. I've had this for, since Christmas, so this was 2 weeks, maybe 3, and it's fine. It's just as loud, just as light, just as bright as it was when I got it. And one thing to note, though, this isn't an open packaging, as in the packaging there's a card back and a little piece of plastic that looks like the Ranger's hand, and then this is on it. This part is completely exposed to demonstrate the card scanning feature. A lot of the ones, actually all of the ones I saw at Toys R Us except for this one, had either had the demo card that it comes with like jammed in here, were broken, or just outright didn't work anymore. So be very careful if you're getting one of these locally. Make sure it goes fully in, goes fully out, makes the sounds it should, because otherwise you're going to have yourself a broken Morpher. If you buy online, you might not have those problems, but still, just be careful. Anyway, right now it's in on mode. It also has try me mode, and it makes a little sound when you switch it. Try me mode, no matter what card you have in, even if it's not even a card, even if you have nothing in, it'll always make the same sound. Which is how it comes with the demo thing, because this little demo card isn't actually a real card. I tried inking in the markings on it to see if it was its own thing, but it's not. It just doesn't recognize it. Anyway, the next mode is on. Now, the first card here, well, the demo sound for the Try Me mode is just the sound that the Morph cards make. So when you put in any of the Megaforce cards except for the Robo Knight one that have just a profile of the face instead of, not profile, but just a sort of mugshot of them instead of actually a sort of dynamic pose, it's just going to say the same thing. And you already heard that, so I'm not going to play through it again. But here we have the next one, which is the attack card. And this one is probably one of my favorite sound effects. That is just so cool. Next up, we got the weapon card. Then, this, which is for bringing the swords, and, well, I'll say it later. If you watch the show, you'll know the difference between Zords and Mechazords, and you'll know that this is a Mechazord. However, it just said Zord, and actually, regardless of whether or not you put in a Zord or Mechazord card, please bear with me while I find the card I'm looking for. This one, this doesn't come with it, this comes with the Lion Mechazord, but this card you'll notice is just the head and not the entire Mechazord, but it still makes the exact same sound. So there's nothing really to that. I just thought I'd mention that. Then, the Megazord. It is actually a different sound from the Summon Zord sound, which I find very cool. Then we got the Red Rangers, and they just say... And they all make that same sound at the end. They all say, these ones all say red because they're all Red Rangers. They just say a different series name at the beginning. So if you put this one, you can probably tell what this one's going to say. And for the point of brevity, I'm just going to show you the first sound just because we don't have that much time left. Well, I'll let this one go through all the way, because, you know, it's ninja, they can sneak through. So they all just make the same sound. And, the cards that come with the various toys in the Megaforce line, but not the Super Megaforce line, have, do work in the Morpher, because, of course, they have the same little sidebar codes. This is one that comes with the Gosei Ultimate Megazord. And this one, just like the one that comes with the Red Ranger, is a Victory Charge card. So it just makes the same sound that you'd expect. You can, you know, do like this one's with the, also came with, actually no, I believe this one, yeah, this one came with the Lion Mechazord. Yeah, it just makes the same sound as all the other Megazords. Now, if you see a Megazord card that instead of showing the sort of show accurate picture, is it in like a sort of battle pose like the one of the Sky Megazords sort of swooping down over the ground, those will actually say Megaforce Megazord. And actually all the season Megazords will do that from the other ones. They'll say season name Megazords. So it'll say like, you know, Lost Galaxy Megazord or Ninja Storm Megazord, something like that. And the Megaforce Ranger cards that have a picture of the Ranger in action pose instead of just a picture of their face like that, but like an actual sort of action pose, kind of like this, will say Megaforce Red or Megaforce Blue or what have you. And actually the Robo Knight one like this, I think still says Megaforce Robo Knight, but it says it in a very cool sort of Robo Knight kind of voice. But yeah, would I recommend this? Absolutely. If you don't like Morphers, would I recommend this? Absolutely. You need to have. This is just ridiculously awesome, this thing. This is the best Morpher Bandai America's ever made. If you can find one, get it. It is worth it. The Legendary Morpher? Not so much. But this thing is fantastic. It does everything it should. It does it exactly how it should. The action card game is awesome. I haven't gotten any of the cards for it. I was going to, but I wanted to get these Series 4 cards with it, and those are super hard to find. I found a place, but then they sold out before I could buy them and whatnot. So you might not be seeing any action card game videos for a while, but this Morpher is fantastic. End of discussion. I'd recommend it. It is awesome. Go get yourself one. This is Second Soundwave. That's the Gosei Morpher. See you next time.